Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna have a look inside the GBD300 series G-Shock GSquad watch and how similar or how different this watch is in comparison to the GBD200 series. If the parts are interchangeable or not, let's find out. Oh, I'm wearing the GM700 series throughout the video. Let's get it. First difference will be on the side screws. The one over here, this is the GBD200. The one over here, the GBD300 series. You can see the design is different and also the size is not the same as well. So in the future, if either one of these were, I don't know, break or get rusted, yeah, you cannot swap them up. Next difference is on the strap itself. Due to the difference in hard case lug design, you can see this part was built to accommodate that. This is the GBD200. This is for the GBD300 series. You can see that it's built differently, so you could just insert the lug into here, which makes it larger in size. So I guess that definitely affects the strength of it in comparison to having two small lug. This one have large single lug at the center, but not as large. It is only about 12 millimeter, and believe it or not, if you wanted to, you could just plug it in there like so, but the holes didn't match, so you cannot just, maybe you could try to connect screws into here, but then again, I don't know what you're doing. But here, you could use screws over here and lock both of these hard cases together, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, alright, let's stop here for a little bit. Let's have a look inside the watch as is. This is the GBD200 series model. Look at that inside. The hard case is totally opposite. This one have a 14mm width for the lug size. This is including this hard bezel over here. The hard case itself, the black parts, much smaller of course. On the GBD300, you can see the design is like totally different. This one is much smaller, the one is bigger. So I guess this definitely gonna affect the comfort part or aspects of it. I prefer this design better. You could see it is much more simpler. I mean, there's really not a lot going on here, where this one is so complex in terms of the shape itself. So I didn't have any complaints about the long lasting part of it. I guess both of these are strong enough, but because they have this kind of design, it is a bit more easier to find replacement parts. Unless in comparison, if you using a GBD200, there's no straps out there that has this kind of design. You're limited to the original kind of strap only. Plus you also have to use, look at that thing, this wing alongside with it. In this case, you don't have to use this thing right here. The lug size 20mm, so that makes finding a replacement band is a bit more easier. Just plug it in there, you're good to go. Use the exact same hex screws so they are compatible. In order to remove the bezel for both of these models, you have to remove the movement out of the way. Take these buttons out because there's a screw underneath there. Not sure if you guys could see it. There's a screws underneath here, which is totally unnecessary. So seems like things haven't changed yet as far as modifying goes. You have to disassemble the entire thing to do that, but I guess this one at least you could trim those out. Let's continue to assemble the entire thing. Let's take this one out, pull the movement out. Ooh, pretty stiff in there. Ooh, nice. All right, both of these operates on 34, I could say 31 or 81 movement. Both of these operating on the same 3481 movement, so they are indeed interchangeable. You can see it over here. This is 200 series, running out of battery. 300 series still working fine, and if you want to swap between these, both of them could be fitted into their hard case. For this is 200 series, this is 300 series, and I could just plug it in here and it will work just fine. The back plate. This is how the GBD300 series looks like. This one for GBD200. Look at that. It has different design for the stainless steel part. This is GBD200 gasket. Let's see if we could plug it in here. It fits. Alright, you could use GBD300 series gasket. This notches here, top and the bottom, really makes it hard to find replacement parts. Not like usual watches out there. Alright, here's how the bezel looks like, which is really cool actually. You got 3 holes over here. This part, definitely unnecessary. You know what? I'm gonna find replacement parts for this thing, and I'm just gonna take a knife and just cut this thing out. This, and boom. Every time I wanna change the bezel, I guess the only 2 that locks it in place is just these 2. I get it why they put this thing, because these 2 holes alone is not enough to hold the bezel in place. Just like that, right? So I guess that's why they added another extra screws over here. Understandable, they always over-engineer the stuff. But for me, as a person who like customizing my G-Shock watch, you know what? Here is the third-party bezel that I found in red colorway. Check this out. A nail clipper. Alright, check this out. All you have to do is just go here, trim. Alright, done. Boom. It doesn't have to be knit, doesn't really matter. Boom, trim all 4. And once you want to, let's see now, this is the 200 series hard case. Check it out, look at that. I don't have to use the screws anymore over here, so every time when I want to change up the bezel, just remove these screws from the outside and just lift the bezel up. I'm not gonna cut the original bezel, of course. And this one also is removable as well. This one has a lock with the screw bar on the side there, so it's pretty much fixed in there. Another screws to lock it in place as well, so this one is also kind of cool. It is a bit easier in comparison to the GBD200. Also a bit more fun because you have more parts to play around with. And that's it. For a person who like customization, large orange button, whereas in this case just basic black, so a bit more customizable, more practical, more versatile. This one is not, and there's an orange frame around this glass as well, so there's that to consider if you want to customize your G-Shock watch, which I'm definitely gonna be doing. But that's it, very simple. That's one of the reason why I like digital G-Shock, just for this reason. I prefer NADG, but I hate disassembling them. But you know what, digital G-Shock is a bit more fun, a bit easier. Really little amount of parts, just, I mean, barely gonna affect anything. And that's it, guys. What's inside the GBD300 series GSquad G-Shock watch, and I hope you guys learned something for this video. I'm gonna assemble everything back in. If I manage to find replacement parts, I'll swap them out, just add a few photos or clips at the end of the video, and that's pretty much it. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. This is G-Shock High Fashion Channel, and